Hi everyone, my name is Rebecca. Let's talk about makeup. Okay, today I am filming the update for my Turn and Burn Project Pan, which is a Pantastic Ladies Collab. I will link everything down in the description box. So I filmed my last update for this about 3 weeks ago, but it took me like 3 million years to edit it and upload it. So I only uploaded it a couple weeks ago, I think. But I am ready for a refresh. I have a couple of things that are rolling through to the next month, but it's fine. I'm ready to bring a few new things in, and we'll start with the perfume. I pick one perfume sample every month, and the one I picked last month was the Gucci perfume, and I used the whole thing. I actually the whole thing. It's tiny. It's not that much of an achievement, but yes, we're done. I really enjoyed this. I actually remember now that I almost bought a full size of this after trying it in store because I really, really like the opening notes of it. It dried down a lot more floral than I prefer. So the back end of this on my skin ends up being more floral heavy than I really prefer. So while I did enjoy this little sample.
Mom, I gotta show you something.
What's baby?
I'm a master builder.
You're a master builder? So, okay, I don't even know where I left off. My kid just walked in and needed some validation. So, where was I? The Gucci perfume. While I liked it, I won't buy more. I would prefer if there was more of like a kind of fresh or citrusy dry down instead of the straight up floral that I get from this. I do like the top notes though, so it's not an unpleasant smell by any means. So for my deluxe sizes, I finished the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Niacin the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Niacinamide Dewdrops. This was a rollover from January. I did finish that just a few days after filming my last update. And then I also rolled in last month, I rolled in the Glow Recipe AHA BHA Pore Tight Toner, the other Watermelon Glow. So these two little ones actually came in a set together. I don't love watermelon scents. I don't want my skincare to smell like Jolly Ranchers, to be perfectly honest. It's not the worst scent ever, but it's not something I would necessarily pick. I did find this nice and hydrating, but as far as niacinamide goes, I know that's the it skincare product right now, but I don't really feel like it does anything for my skin. I don't feel like my skin needs it or wants it. Anyway, I would not pay full price for a full size of that. The toner was fine. I also found this a little bit hydrating. It didn't cause any irritation on my neck, which sometimes actives on my neck can cause some irritation. But the funny thing about this is this does not smell the same way that this smells. This smells, it's that very melony. It's got that very melon candy smell to it. This one smells like melon candy with a little bit of cayenne pepper in it. That's the only way I can describe it. It smells like spicy watermelon candy. There's just a little something else in there. Yeah. It's watermelon candy with a little cayenne. Don't love it. Of the two, as far as the scent goes, of the two, I prefer this one, but I don't think I would purchase a full size of either one of those. All right, my other deluxe sizes I was working on the Glam Glow Bright Mud. I don't love this on my face, and I was kind of dreading having to use this up on my face. I use a lot of actives on my face, and so physical exfoliants like this type of mask aren't my first choice. But what I did find that I liked this for is I liked using it as a hand scrub. I liked keeping it at the sink, and then after I wash my hands, scrubbing my hands really good with it, rinsing them off, and then adding hand cream and cuticle oil. I really actually quite liked this for that purpose. Obviously, I'm not going to pay Glam Glow prices for a hand scrub. I'm sure I could get that much cheaper at a drugstore price point, but I did end up using the majority of this as a hand scrub, and I enjoyed it for that purpose. Then I pulled the sample of the Augustinus Bader Rich Cream. I have cut this one open. I used every last drop. Here's the funny thing is, when I first pulled this in, I remember talking about how much I love this because I had used a sample of it before and it was just so rich and delicious and hydrating and I loved it. However, the last time I used it, I was not living in a climate that was quite as dry as the climate I'm living in now. And you know, it just wasn't all that. I preferred the Tatcha Dewy Skin Cream or the Eve L'Homme. Both of those I preferred over this. So that was interesting. My memory of this moisturizer was of being incredibly hydrating, very rich and emollient and soothing and nourishing, and just my skin feeling like a dream the morning after putting it on. But since I've moved, I guess my skin is a little bit drier now, and this doesn't quite hit that mark for me. So the fact that a tube of this can cost $180, I think that was the price point. Actually, I'm not quite sure, but it was something insane. That blows my mind, and it is, for me, not worth that price. So those were my deluxe size samples that I was working through. I also had some foil samples I was working through. I used the Pucang Yule Cleansing Foam. Actually really like this. Would consider a full size. Then I also used the Kerastase 8-Hour Magic Night Serum, and I don't have dry hair. This is specifically for dry hair. I don't have dry hair, but I actually really enjoy this. I put this in my ends before bed, and the next morning my hair just felt so smooth and soft, not weighed down or anything. I think I have another one of these packets, and I think I'm going to give that to my daughter who has very dry hair, and I'm sure she will enjoy it as well. I wish it wasn't as expensive as it is. I don't know that I would pull the trigger and pay that much. I don't know. It was nice, but I don't think for me personally, it's worth the price tag. I did enjoy it though. If my daughter ends up thinking this is just the best thing that's ever happened to her hair, I would buy it for her. But for me personally, I have a normal to oily scalp. My hair is very rarely dry. I don't think it's necessary, but I did enjoy it. Another one that I used, another foil sample that I used was this is the SF Glow Suns Out Pouts Out Gold Foil Lip Mask. The previous month I used the eye patch version of this, which I loved. I really enjoyed it. Although unfortunately you can't get these anymore. Apparently I've had these foil samples around for a while. This was fine. I felt like I was putting an eye patch on my lips. I didn't love that. I don't know that this would be something I'd necessarily want to repeat. I am all in favor of a good lip scrub followed by a nice hydrating balm, but as far as a lip mask goes, I don't think that's a step I need to introduce into my routine. It was fine. So I also had the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Skin. I actually decanted all of these in January when I first started this project. I decanted all of these into this little 10-gram jar, and I shouldn't have decanted all of them. Oh, I don't know if I shouldn't have. It turned out well for me, but it took me more than a month to complete it. I ended up having to use a fair amount of white mixer in order to bring it closer to my skin tone, and so I ended up with quite a lot of product. I would say it was 2/3 of the way full here. So it took me a fair amount of time to work through this foundation, but I really enjoyed it. This is definitely going to go on my list of possible purchases once I have finished a few of the foundations I currently have in my collection. I'm on a low buy for foundation right now, so in order to buy a new one, I need to finish one that's currently in my collection. But this is definitely going on my list of possible new foundations to buy because I really did enjoy it. So that one is finished. Another base product I was working on from the month before was the Rare Beauty Liquid Touch Brightening Concealer. I decanted the 3 lightest shades into this little 5-gram jar, and I have completed it. It's kind of, I don't know, I didn't love this concealer, and I don't think I would purchase a full size. It didn't give me quite as much coverage as I wanted it to, and I felt like it just wasn't simpatico with my skin or with my skincare or something. I felt like it sat a little obviously on my skin, and for that reason I would not purchase a full size of that one. But the 3 darker shades, I actually can't find them. I can't find the rest of that foil packet. I have no idea what happened to it. So I'm going to give myself a half point for this. 50% credit for finishing this one, and we are moving on with our lives. The next base product that I had to work through was the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Concealer. I decanted the 2 darker concealers into this little 5-gram jar, and it is also empty. I enjoyed using that. I really like this concealer. I have a full size of it that is in my 24 and 24 this year. I really like this concealer. Now the darker shade I still have. I still have to finish the darker shade because I'm using this as kind of a, either to darken foundations that are a little too light, which I'm not doing a whole lot right now because it's the middle of winter, or more often I'm using this as kind of a cream bronzer. And it is working fine for that purpose. One thing I'm actually enjoying is just doing a full face of this instead of foundation. That's working out pretty well for me. Now this is gone, obviously I've got to move on, but that worked out well. I do really like that concealer. Here is a card sample that I didn't even open. I haven't even touched it at all. And this is the Rare Beauty Blush and Glow sample. I've got 2 of the blushes and 2 of the highlighters, and to be honest, this was the one I was most, I didn't touch it last month. I drew it in January, didn't touch it, and then didn't touch it again in February. And that's funny because I was so excited to pull this because I've never tried a Rare Beauty blush or a Rare Beauty highlighter, but I am working on some other blushes and highlighters and in other projects, and I just never got around to cracking this open. So you know what, I'm just going to put this back in my collection and just move on with my life. We're just moving on, okay? If it was not exciting enough for me to crack into it in 2 months, we're just moving on with our lives. I'm putting it back into circulation. Finally, I have this lipstick sample. This is a Sephora. It's the Sephora Lip Stories lipstick, and this is in the color We. It's a cream lipstick. I really like it. I'm wearing it today mixed with a little bit of my Buxom influencer lipstick, and I've actually used this as a blush as well. I've hit a little sample pan there. I've got a fair number of uses left. This is really pretty. I would consider purchasing a full size, but I'm going to continue to work on that. So the ones that I am rolling through are the rest of the Huda Beauty concealer that I'm working on and the rest of this lipstick. Everything else is done. So let's pull some more products. I'm actually not going to pull another perfume sample this month because I purchased a new perfume that I will talk about in my February roundup. And I am really excited about that perfume. I'm really enjoying it, and that's just what I want to wear. I just want to wear nothing but that. So I'm gonna go ahead and give myself permission to not go through another perfume sample this month and just enjoy the one that I have acquired. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pick 4 deluxe sizes, and then I'm going to pick 6 card samples, and we'll see how much I can get through before my next update. So this is my box of deluxe samples, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I actually have a 9th one, another one of these Glam Glow Bright Mud exfoliating thingies around here somewhere, but I'm not going to go digging for it. So we're just going to go off of the 8 things that are in front of me right now, and I'm going to pull half of them apparently. Oh my gosh. We usually use my watch. My watch is charging right now. Let me go see if it's charged up. Okay, we'll see if Siri can math today. And we're going to use her to pick 4 of these to work on. Give me a number between 1 and 8. Come on, Siri. You can do this.
It's 3.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Sweet. All right, this is the Laneige Water Sleeping Mask. I'm excited about that one. I have gone through pretty much all of my moisturizers except for the one that I purchased in January, which was the Holika Holika Honey Glow, which is fine. It's fine, but I wouldn't mind changing it up a little bit. I have used this before and I have enjoyed it, so that will be nice to have. Give me a number between 1 and 7.
That would be 1.
Oh. So this is the Cover FX High Performance Setting Spray. This will be interesting to try out. I've tried to use this before and it spits like a camel. So I'm going to need to find something else to decant this into before I'm able to use the product that's inside. But yeah, this should be good. Give me a number between 1 and 6.
The answer is 5.
This is the Ulla Henriksen Dewtopia 20% Acid Night Treatment. My skin really likes acids, so I'll be excited to see how I feel about that. Give me a number between 1 and 5.
It's 4.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, this is nice. This is the Boscia. This is the Boscia Tsubaki Beauty Oil. This is definitely the time of year that I would use a beauty oil. I very rarely use beauty oils, but I actually just finished one up, so it will be nice to have another one. So that is 4. This is what I'm bringing into my rotation. Next, let's pull some card samples. Last time we did this, I pulled out all of my base products because I had so many that I was working on. I just didn't want to get another one. For this one, I am not going to pull the base products out, but I am going to, ahead of time, I'm just going to veto any lip products. I still have this lip product from last time. I'm working on a lot of other lip products in my lip service, and I don't need any more lip products to work on right now. So here is my bag of card samples. We're gonna pick 6 of these, I think. So the first one, this is the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Radiant Concealer. I've never tried this. It'll be interesting to see what I think. This is just, it's instead of the blister pack, it's just these foil swatcheroos. So that will be easy enough to get through. And I will use the darker shades as cream blush, cream bronzer or contour. So that shouldn't be a problem to add in. Even though I'm still working on a concealer from last time, there's really not a whole lot of product in these. So that won't be a problem. That's our first one. Second one is the Pharmacy Honey Halo Ultra Hydrating Ceramide Moisturizer. Oh, hey. Yeah, I wouldn't mind trying that out right now. This is just a little one-use packet. That'll be no problem at all. This is, oh, that's the other Kerastase. I'm going to set that aside for my daughter instead of using that myself. Then, this is the counterpart to the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet. This is the concealer. Listen, I'm just going to, I don't know, should I use it? Another concealer? Now, I'm going to put this back. I don't need to pull another concealer. Let's not be ridiculous. Okay. And I pull another concealer. But this is another foil sample. These blisters, these have a lot of product in them. I mean, for the foundation, the Matte Velvet foundation, it took me a few weeks of really consistent use to get through all of that product. So this is just a swatch sample. So I'm pulling 2 concealers here, but since they're both in this format, I don't think that that is unreasonable. And I'm going to go ahead and let that one stay. So we're at 3 now. Nope, lip product. No, thank you. This is the Makeup Forever matte lipstick, but no, I don't need another lip product right now. What is this? That's the rest of my Sephora lip stories. No, thank you. This is another concealer. This is the Pat McGrath. You know what would be fun though? You know what would be fun? Is to kind of do like a little head-to-head. We'll have a little concealer championship between the Anastasia, the Charlotte Tilbury, McGrath concealers and see what I think of all three of them. And because there are these foil swatch samples, I'm not getting a ton of product. So yeah, okay. Let's 3 concealers. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. We're going to keep all 3 of those in. So that's 1, 2. We're at 4. I need 2 more. This is the Cellamax Underarms Brightening Pad. That's interesting. So, it could be underarms, knees, or elbows, anywhere you would like to exfoliate and brighten. Interesting. Okay, yeah, I'll try that out. And let's grab another one. This is the Tir. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. Rosemary 1 Essence, calming, antioxidant, and moisturizing. So it looks like this is an essence. It's a single-use essence. It is a Korean brand, it looks like. Yeah. Okay. So I have 3 single-use products here. Does that make... Yeah, that makes 6. So I have 3 concealers and 3 single-use other options. You know what? I'm just going to pick one more. Let's see what else we get. No, thank you, Lisa. Hold on. Lisa Eldridge Seamless Skin Foundation. I've got this. I don't have, while I have a fair amount of concealer, I don't have a foundation I'm currently working on in this project or any other project. So yeah, I'm going to keep this one in. This is the light medium, set 1, the light medium. All right, so those are all of my products pulled. I've got some stuff to work on this next month. I have noticed in the last couple of months that I've been doing this project that I get bored every 3 weeks or so. Around the 3-week mark, I start getting bored and wanting to have other things to try, even if I'm still working on some of the things from the previous pull. So I might end up just doing that, just updating this every 3 weeks or whenever I get bored. This might be just like a whenever I get bored sort of thing. So I'll let you know how it goes. Anyway, all the information for this project I will put down in the description box. Thank you so much for spending this time with me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.